What's up guys, I'm Danny Was Invented. Okay guys, I'm back. I don't know why I was gone, but I was gone. And this happened. For this video, I want to talk about Donald Trump. We're probably going to be talking about him for a while anyway, so I have a conspiracy theory idea, like it's about like Donald Trump, and it's about government and Washington and the Dark Knight, like the Dark Knight. Do you guys think maybe the Dark Knight knew this was going to happen? But look, Donald Trump is like Harvey Dent from The Dark Knight. First coincidence, the hair. In the comics, Harvey Dent's hair always used to be dark and curly, but then boom, in the movie, it's a comb over and blonde. Just a coincidence, sure, but like coming from a movie that coincidentally also dropped hints of Aurora and hints of Sandy Hook before those events happened. Like, fuck, it's like, this is one prophetic film. Listen to the things I'm gonna say next and you're gonna be like, whoa, it's almost like they knew that Trump was gonna go into office. But however, the people who made The Dark Knight didn't have to reach too far for this one, because Trump was already saying all the way back in 1988, he made it known that if he ever did go into office, he would do so with the intentions to call out the fake government. Intentions that are similar to Harvey Dent, such as draining out the swamp that has become of Washington DC, finally taking down the corporations and the mafias that have weaved themselves into our nation's politics. And much like the character Harvey Dent, finally we have a president doing things for the well-being of the people. Things that make the elitists want to have Trump assassinated. And you know, like, there's people everywhere like saying, oh, kill Trump. Even like famous actors like, oh, if I had my way, I would kill Trump. News networks and blah blah blah, social media, and like everybody's like saying like, oh, let's all kill Trump. And there's even been people that have tried already. As the film character Rachel said to Harvey,
come on Harvey, you're Gotham's DA, you're not getting shot at, you're not doing your job right.
But this makes me wonder, like, what about the good Harvey Dent turning into the sinister villain Two-Face? Doesn't that evil transformation imply then that Trump really is a criminal that we voted into office? Guys, not necessarily. We have to consider the actual reason why Harvey Dent is a major role in the movie The Dark Knight. Let's not forget that before Harvey became Two-Face, Harvey Dent was genuine about wanting to make Gotham safe again. He never had hidden evil intentions. He wasn't the kind of guy who was secretly evil all along. It was only after having been in office for a while, and then only after his face was physically destroyed, that Dent's psyche was altered unto corruption.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
The actual reason for Harvey Dent was a warning, not to us, but to the good politicians of the world, that if they're in politics long enough, then they're in heavy danger of becoming the villain. If Harvey Dent really is meant as the allegorical character to Donald Trump, then it's less of a warning for America about Trump's hidden intentions and more of a warning for Trump himself that his integrity, which is genuine, will be tested to the core by external forces after he is in office, just like the Dent guy. So the film, The Dark Knight, is actually a compliment to a white knight who fights for us legally and within the system itself and by day, whereas people like the Vigilante, the Batman, the Dark Knight, he would represent like the internet, the truth media, or a militia even, which fight for truth but from outside the system. As Batman says, the hero can be anyone, even the ordinary citizen. And that's why we have people like Jim Gordon, who is part of the trio of truth, as I like to call him. Batman, Dent, and Gordon, the only three in Gotham City who are actually doing something for their city, and they're doing it the right way despite all the strong opposition that incorrectly turns people against them. But this trio of truth, they're not afraid of the elitist opposition. Neither are they afraid that the people whom they are trying to help are going to be against them, because the city is like throwing hate at them. That's what I love about people like Harvey and Batman. Just a few people in all of Gotham who actually take a stand for truth, justice, and go against all of the corruption. It's kind of sad that it's just them in all of Gotham, but it's more admirable than sad. Batman his way, outside of the law and by night, but doing so only in hopes that someone genuine will do it in office to uphold the law by day, do away with the elitist agenda, and make way for the people.
Look, whoever the Batman is, he doesn't want to do this for the rest of his life. How could he? Batman is looking for someone to take up his mantle.
Someone like you, Mr. Dent?
Maybe? If I'm up to it.
And Harvey Dent is that man whom Batman has been waiting for to take over for him, but by day and actually within City Hall. And Trump...
I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
I just probably wouldn't do it, Oprah. I probably wouldn't, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country. And if it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally, because I really am tired of seeing what's happening with this country.
Trump is that man whom the truther subculture has been waiting for him to take over, but by day and actually within Washington, D.C. And now let's get to Two-Face. What causes the White Knight to transform into Two-Face? The Joker does. Okay, so what's the Joker? The Joker is corruption personified. And Joker isn't just the greed type of corruption. He's not just money corruption. It goes beyond money with the Joker. The Joker, he is corruption that is far worse than greed. In fact, the top criminals don't even scare the Joker. The Joker just believes that like all of mankind is just infused with evil. He has his strong-held belief that every so-called good person can only suppress the evil within him for so long before it envelops the person. And the Joker is going to test the White Knight because the Joker believes that someone who appears to be as straight and narrow as the White Knight has to be too good to be true. So the Joker is going to test him to the core to prove whether or not Harvey stands true, or if Harvey's gonna bend to the dark powers that be. And the Joker thrives on this need to prove to the world that there's no such thing as someone as righteous as Harvey Dent. And if the Joker succeeds in this, and in the movie he indeed succeeded against Harvey, if the hidden hand that runs the world, that is the elitists, who in our world represent corruption personified, if they can break Trump, if the surrounding corruption does break Trump, then the online truth community will be there to once more take up the mantle of vigilante. Okay guys, so why am I so confident that the hated Donald Trump is genuine? For one, the same way Dent, when he was genuine, received his money through a fundraiser from Wayne.
And I'm gonna throw you a fundraiser.
That's nice of you, Bruce, but I'm not up for re-election for 3 years.
No, you don't understand. One fundraiser with my pals. You'll never need another cent.
Trump also has enough money from one source, and that source is himself. So this way, Trump doesn't have to accept money from other sources. And now, why does that matter? Well, bribery exists in Washington because presidents have always had to accept money from external sources, which is why the presidents always end up controlled. Trump, fortunately, is so wealthy that he doesn't even accept the president's salary. So see, because Trump has already built his own funds through his mega empire that he built, he can therefore avoid falling into corrupt bribery. That's beautiful. Why else am I so confident that Trump is genuine? But also, what makes Obama and, let's say, the Clintons disingenuous? This is why. The fact that media loves Obama but hates the Trump. That's the proof.
The public likes you. That's the only reason that this might fly. But that means it's on you. They're all going to come after you now, and not just the mob. Politicians, journalists, cops, anyone whose wallet's about to get lighter. Are you up to it?
Who thrived and was happy when Obama was in office? I'll tell you who was happy. The television news networks were happy, the Bushes, the Mexican cartels, the tabloids, the influential people from Hollywood. They were all of them happy about Obama. That's because with people like Obama in power, it allows evil and secrecy to continue to thrive. And that's why all these people throw love at Obama. And they use their influence to blindly lead the people into supporting Obama. Now, what about Trump? Who bashes Trump? I'll tell you who bashes Trump. The television news networks bash him, the Bushes, the Mexican cartels, the tabloids, the influential people from Hollywood, all of them are vicious against Trump. That's because with people like Trump in power, evil and secrecy suffer. So they have to use their fame, their power, their influence to blindly turn the people against Trump. And listen, why are we against Trump? Just because he's politically incorrect? Because the news nitpicks his speeches to find the parts that are politically incorrect. Is that bad, guys? Are we mad over pesky, politically incorrect speech like him calling Clinton a nasty woman? Let's just look at Clinton's history. Isn't she the real-life Lex Luthor, guys? How many deaths are tied to her name? How much suffering? How much secrecy? How much satanic ritual? How much stealing money from fundraisers? Staging riots? So tell me, is she a nasty woman? Short answer, yes. And then we have Obama. The kingpin, the destroyer of Libya, all because Libya supported gold-backed currency, which is actual existing money. unlike the US. Obama, the assassinator without due process. Obama, the creator of ISIS, expander of surveillance, persecutor of whistleblowers, and also he legalized government-sponsored propaganda to lie to his own citizens through the many types of media that we consume. Obama dropped bombs every day while he was in office, over 26,000 bombs in 2016 alone. Just think of the innocent kids who died because of Obama's tyrannical reign. And all because his paid up news networks made sure not to tell you about those things about Obama. And thus, even we the people, unaware, allowed Obama to get away with it all. And if that's not enough, we even gave this guy the Nobel Peace Prize. All because Obama's mentioned words like hope and change 1,000 times over in his pre-scripted speeches. And then Obama turns to us the people with that practiced sincerity, that elegant presidential posture with that elegant presidential smile. Unlike Trump, right? And guys, we fell for it. I have to admit, in the beginning, I fell for Obama. I don't know why, guys. All of social media crowns him the best president ever. And why? Just on the basis that him and Michelle invite themselves to all these nightly talk shows as fun guests. And America falls for it. Is that man nasty? Short answer, yes. So how do we know that Trump is genuine? We know that Trump is genuine because everyone is against him. Even Obama is against Trump. Social media is against Trump. Major news networks are against Trump. Nightly talk show hosts are against Trump. And guys, that's the sign. That's how we know that a good guy is finally in office. When major media as a whole aims to turn the people against a person, that's how you know. Of course they're gonna take everything against Trump and twist the story and make everything he says sound bad. But on the other hand, guys, if Trump was one of them, a bad guy, disingenuous, then major media, they would cover up for Trump and they would shower love on Trump. Because what did all the news networks and all the entertainment networks do for Obama? They covered up for him. Just like I said, all those things, you never heard about those things because all these networks had his back. They loved him. And they stonewalled reporters who went for the truth. You never heard those reports on mainstream outlets. So the fact that all these mainstream outlets are all against the Trump, just like in fiction they were all against Dent, that's the sign that Trump is a genuine politician. And so is the hair. The hair is also the sign. And that's why I really honestly believe that the dawn is finally on the horizon. Good stuff is coming, guys. If they're not out to kill you, you're not doing your job right. If you want to share, please share it so other people can see it. And I don't know, hit like and see you in the next video.